over. I'm trying to tackle a SIBO methane flare-up triggered by recent COVID exposure. You're advised to take Qenda in the morning on you advised to take Qenda in the morning on an empty stomach. Am I right in thinking that this is relevant for an overall cleanse? I already did 3 months cleanse earlier in the year. I'm thinking to try it with the last meal instead to ensure regular transit. What are your thoughts about doing it this way? Yeah, so if you've got SIBO, obviously I always recommend, like it says here, Masha, that you did 3 months cleanse earlier this year. Does that mean that you did 6 tubs and you did the 2 scoops twice a day for like 6 weeks, and then did like a little bit at the end? Yeah, it'd be great to know how much Qenda you actually had in that 3 months. Um, but yeah, if you question, like obviously the fact that you've got SIBO, yeah, Qenda will help with that. The fact that you've been triggered by a recent COVID flare, obviously there's antivirals in there. I don't even want to talk about COVID on here really. I don't think that's a good idea. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Basically, you're asking if you can have it with the last meal of the day instead. Absolutely, yeah. As long as you're having the Qenda on an empty stomach. What I class as an empty stomach is like 3 hours after food is the perfect amount of time. So if you're having your lunch, or mid meal in the middle of the day, if you're having that 3 hours before you have the Qenda and then have your evening meal, or you can have your evening meal and then wait 3 hours and have the Qenda as well. So it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. You just want to make sure you do it on an empty stomach, because the way the Qenda works, the herbs obviously, you want it on an empty stomach so that it can reach all the pockets and areas of the intestines, and then obviously it can absorb through into the blood where it can cleanse the rest of the body. So yeah, you can have Qenda in the evenings just on its own. I'm sure that would work a lot better than no Qenda at all. When I'm on a bit of a maintenance schedule, I do have Qenda in the morning, sometimes Qenda in the evening. I haven't even had it in the last 3 days, but potentially might have it this evening. See how I'm feeling. But yeah, Masha, by all means, the Qenda works. So if you prefer to have it on an empty stomach before your evening meal, you can do it that way. The only reason why we recommend having it in the morning is because it's a totally empty stomach. Your body's been fasting all night. The parasites, bacterial overgrowth, have been fasting all night. So they're looking forward to breakfast in the morning. And then you give them the Qenda in the morning rather than food. So it kills them off rather than feeding them. That's the premise of doing the Qenda in the morning. But it works by having it on an empty stomach, like I mentioned previously. So as long as you're having it like 3 hours after food, you'll be absolutely fine. 3 hours or more after food, empty stomach as possible. So yeah, let us know how you get on, Masha.